I found a way to fit in a little Cardinal news.
Ooh.
I saw Pete Prisco. He ranked the top 100 players in the NFL. Top 100 players in the NFL by Pete Prisco. Now, anytime you see a list, you kind of like suckered in when you see a list like this. You're like, okay, where's my guy? And he said picking the best player in the NFL is easy. It's a layup. It's a gimme. It's Patrick Mahomes. He goes, but here's my annual list of the top 100 players. And he talks about, the difficulties in that and just putting that all out. And then Aaron Donald's retired. And he said it makes filling out the rest of the top 25 a challenge and not the star-studded lineup. He goes, so get mad at me. Talk about the omissions, about who you think is too high and who is too low. That's what it's all about. So let's tell you on this list where James Conner is. James Conner is not on the top 100 list. Like I was saying, James Conner's a good football player, 1,000 yards rushing. All right, Kyler Murray. Is Kyler Murray on this list? Kyler Murray's not on this list.
Weird.
Like saying, okay, I told everybody there's one Cardinal on the list. There's one Cardinal player on the list. It's not James Conner, not Kyler Murray. Buda Baker. Where's Buda Baker? He's not on the list either. Buda's not on the list. There's some honorable mention guys, but Buda's not on the list, and Kyler's not on the list, and James Conner's not on the list. Like, okay, who is on the list? Trey McBride.
The tight end.
Trey McBride is the only player that made his top 100. It says in his second season, McBride emerged as a big-time pass catcher for Kyler Murray. He had 81 catches for a 10.2 average and 3 touchdowns. He had 2 10-catch games and 2 100-yard games. Was not on the list last year, but he checks in at number 83. The Cardinals have one. Now, we all sit there. It's like, well, me and Burnsie, Burnsy's got to win in 11 games or something. I have him 9. We kind of think that the Cardinals are going to be pretty decent this year, right? And everybody else nationally, they don't think so. They think it's more of like a 4 or a 5 or a 6 win team. Could that be a reason why? That people nationally just don't think that they have that many good players on their football team?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Mitch and I were talking about this yesterday. Mitch, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the over-under was 6.5 wins, and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely taking the over on that. In terms of Trey McBride, and we talked about this yesterday in context of the George Kittle story. I don't know if you saw that, Gambo, but George Kittle was basically at this tight end camp, and somebody had asked him, who's got next, basically? Who, after Travis Kelce and you, who is the next big tight end that's coming down the pipeline, right?
I got the soundbite if you want to hear it.
Yeah, play it.
There's a ton of guys. There's a lot of guys. I think the easiest answer is Sam Laporta. He had a fantastic rookie season. He's an Iowa guy. He knows how to play the game the right way. He's got the right mindset for it. He's in an awesome offense. Him and Brock Wright, the tag team that they have over there in Detroit, is really good. Trey McBride for Arizona. He's a young guy who had a great year last year. He's just going to keep getting better. But there's so many guys, and the positions, I think, is overall, the depth of it is the best it's been.
You guys are fantasy football guys, right?
Sure.
How high is Trey McBride as a pick?
It's funny you mentioned this because we talked about this yesterday. Trey McBride is seen as a top 5 fantasy tight end.
Top 5 in the NFL?
Top 5.
Yeah.
In the NFL.
Wow. You talked about this yesterday?
Yeah, we did with the George Kittle news that came down. Yeah,
we
were
had
off yesterday.
We had some.
You were holiday.
A couple of hours after the Diamondbacks were done.
Yeah,
we literally did talk about this yesterday.
Look, you guys got on the air yesterday.
Yeah,
you worked on a holiday.
Yeah,
oh, nice, good for you guys.
Well, Steve worked on the holiday anyway because of the Diamondbacks game.
Right. I was here no matter what.
All right,
but yeah, no,
I'll take a little airtime. I'm ready to replace Gambo when he retires.
Well, no, I wouldn't go that far. I just wanted the airtime. It was good.
He's just pining for my job. He's trying to kick me out the door.
I just do what I'm told, Gambo.
Yeah, exactly. Trey McBride is a top 5 tight end in the NFL.
So 825 yards last year. I think it was 81 catches last season. He's right on par with a lot of these other guys. David Njoku is in that group. TJ Hawkinson is in that group. There's a handful of guys right there at the 800-yard mark. And we talked yesterday about, could Trey McBride benefit from the amount of weapons that the Cardinals now have? It's kind of a two-way street, right? They take away from each other's opportunities, but they also open up different lanes for each other. So there's a possibility that with a full season of Kyler Murray throwing him the ball, his numbers could go up.
Could be a more balanced offense because of the running game and the offensive line. So there might be more balance as far as running it. I still think he'll be their number 2 target. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. will be your number 1 target. I think Trey McBride will be number 2. He proved himself. Like, there's no reason to, like, go away from him now. Like, he's your second best offensive, weapon in the passing game. You got to keep going to him. He runs great routes. He catches the ball. He's tough. He's a terrific player. Like, there's no reason to not keep going to Trey McBride. Get him 5, 6, 7 targets a game and let him deliver.
Not that it should matter a ton, but Steve was going over his 2023 season stats yesterday, and the only one that was relatively down in terms of the other top tight ends in the league was touchdowns. But at the same time, most of his production came towards the latter part of the year. As we know, the Cardinals struggled on offense as a whole until Kyler Murray came back and they really got into a groove. So that's a number that I would expect to take a massive increase this year as well.
And he only scored 1 of his 3 touchdowns last season when Kyler Murray had come back. So that's something to keep an eye on, but I anticipate that number will go up.
More of a red zone target? Yeah.
Well, and with drafting Tip Ryman, who is a guy that I don't think is going to take a lot away from McBride's opportunities, at least in the passing game. He's going to be a blocking guy.
Yeah.
I think to that point, this is your guy at tight end. If there's any tight end catching the ball for the Cardinals, it's going to be Trey McBride.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.